start over. This is usually not so much a bad tool choice problem as a bad underlying test automation framework design problem. That's true that some tools are going to make this easier and some will make it harder, but you know, I think for most of our clients, well, let me put it this way. We have seen clients make automation mistakes with just about every tool that there is out there, and we have seen clients succeed with automation with a lot of different tools. So I think while it's certainly the case that, you know, advertisements and marketing will talk about the strengths and neglect mention the weaknesses and problems, I don't think it's fair to entirely blame the tool companies and their marketing for this. I think there's also there's a lot of problems with expectations here and a lack of clarity about what you're trying to achieve. Okay, somebody had asked, M. Long had asked, and he's dropped off, where is this presentation on your website? So just to remind you, it is at www.rbcs-us.com. It's on the basic library, and if you scroll down, you'll see an Agile Testing Challenges link that you can update or access, excuse me. And I see here Thomas has the same questions. Copy of this presentation available on your website, and answer yes, as I just said. Okay. Let's see. Diego asks, I'm still concerned about risk-based testing, whether it can manage better than requirements-based in the case of last-minute requirements. Still, by welcoming last-minute changes, the risk-based analysis is to be impacted. Okay, as I think I understand it, you're saying that Diego, that you see how risk-based testing is more robust in the face of changes, but it's not perfectly robust. That is definitely true. I'm not going to suggest that risk-based testing is not at all affected by changes. It will be. My point there is that risk analysis and risk-based testing provides a vehicle for focusing your testing effort, and that's very important as the focus of the development effort changes, that you be able to refocus. Requirements-based testing, at least with the kind of requirements that most of our clients have, just doesn't seem to provide that same flexibility and change. But again, Diego, your point is well taken that risk-based testing is certainly not a silver bullet for unmanaged change, and that's why I mentioned change very much as an issue in the presentation. Okay, a question from Patricia here. You say that the tester and test management must help their organization understand and manage the challenges to manage expectations. How do you work on this when it is the same management board of the company? It doesn't apply the Agile Manifesto. From the testing side, how do you demonstrate to your CIOs the advantages of Agile? First off, hi Patricia, thanks for joining the webinar. Yeah, I mean this is a good this is a very good question. You know, one of the things that you might do is read some Deming for some thoughts on this, and not necessarily perfect solutions to it, but the contradiction between how management defines processes, priorities, organizational structures, and so forth, and the outcomes that the organization has because of the way those things have been defined. This is a long-running management problem, that things are set up in a particular way. The outcome of that particular way is fully predictable, except that people still, for some reason, manage to be surprised by it. You know, for example, if you give people bonuses entirely based on hitting schedule and budget targets, and then you're surprised that the quality of the software you ship is horrible. You know, you have to, I think, try to educate people in a respectful way about what when you see these inherent contradictions, and I think one of the things that helps is to be solutions oriented, not problem oriented. Testers, we have kind of a bad rap as complainers, because of course it is our job to complain in a way, to file bug reports. When we're talking about process problems, though, and organizational problems, I think it's important to get out of that assessor of quality mode and get into more of a problem-solving mode. So that's what I would advise there. That says, from the testing side, how do you demonstrate to your CIOs the advantages of Agile? Well, I'm not really sure that would be my focus, Patricia. I am neither an evangelist for nor a scourge of any particular life cycle model or process. As I've said, I'm a skeptic. I'm a skeptic in the positive sense, in that I want to be. I want to give all the facts a full hearing before I make up my mind on things. Now, what I would focus on instead is, what is our capability as testers? First off, what are you there to do? Try to clearly define your mission, and then develop some metrics that allow you to measure whether you are being effective and efficient at that. For example, what percentage of the defects do you find, assuming that one of your missions is to find defects? What is your cost per defect? And what could you do to make those metrics move in a direction that was more positive, more beneficial to the company? That's really what I would try to focus on. And then to the extent that Agile or any other lifecycle model creates challenges for you that push those metrics in an undesirable way, or it creates advantages for you that push the metrics in a desirable way, that's something that I think you need to help people understand. Okay, a comment from Nathan. Thanks for the presentation. Oh, you're welcome, Nathan. Thanks for coming. I appreciate all of you showing up. Mary asks a question, or Marie, sorry. Do you have any specific recommendations for Microsoft project schedules for Agile? As in, do you just use big time buckets, or do you break it down a bit? I would actually defer this question, Marie, to some of the people who are more focused on this. I know that, for example, Mike Cohn has done some work on Agile project management, and you might take a look at that. There are apparently some books and articles out there that talk about this. From a test point of view, I've used Microsoft Project quite a bit. It doesn't tend to work real well for scheduling test execution, but it works reasonably well for the other parts of the process. Test execution, I usually use a spreadsheet to track or some test management tool. Comment from Kelly Baker. This presentation was extremely helpful. I'm new to testing and thought the challenges I was experiencing were due to my lack of experience. Well, you're quite welcome, Kelly, and I'm very glad to hear you say that. I think it's always helpful for us to realize, I think, that we're all kind of in the same bucket together, and it is easy to think, oh, it's just me. I don't know enough. This is hard, and no, I mean, the thing is, it is hard. Software engineering is hard, and one of the things that I think we tend to fall into this trap of in software engineering is what Fred Brooks referred to as the silver bullet syndrome, of thinking that one simple thing is going to make everything easier, and it's just not. I think in the long run, when we get to that plateau of productivity with the Agile life cycles, what we will find is that there are some great ideas in there that have helped us do software engineering better on certain projects, but that software engineering remains hard. And so, any of you who are out there thinking, oh, this is just me, and, there's something wrong with me, or I don't know enough, no, it's hard, and it's going to take a while for us to get our head around it. Good luck to you, Kelly. What do you feel is the future of